mål. Och det blir det! Det blir det!
The NHL failed Kent Nilsson. At least, that's what many people believe about the Magic Man, who seemed to have all the talent in the world but never reached his full potential in North America. But what if everything we thought we knew about Kent Nilsson was wrong? What if he wasn't a wasted talent, but instead a brilliant artist who chose to live his career on his own terms? Born in Sweden on August 31st, 1956, Kent Nilsson didn't start his professional journey in North America. He began playing for teams like Djurgårdens IF and AIK in the Swedish leagues, where he consistently dominated with his incredible scoring ability and playmaking skills. This wasn't some flash-in-the-pan talent that suddenly appeared. Nilsson had been proving himself at the highest levels long before he ever stepped foot on North American ice. His early success in Sweden provides critical context for understanding his later choices. Any critiques about his supposed laziness couldn't be considered a career-long problem, but rather a reaction to the specific cultural and professional environment he encountered in North America. The foundation of excellence was already there, deeply ingrained and consistently demonstrated at elite levels. When Nilsson arrived in North America in 1977, he joined the Winnipeg Jets of the World Hockey Association. The WHA was known for its wide-open, high-scoring style of play, which was absolutely perfect for someone with Nilsson's creative, offensive game. And boy, did he deliver. In his 2 seasons with the Jets, he put up an incredible 107 points in each season. That's not a typo. 2 straight 107-point seasons in his first 2 years in North America. His excellence didn't go unnoticed either. He won the Lou Kaplan Trophy as the WHA's Rookie of the Year in 1978, and the Paul Deneau Trophy as the league's most gentlemanly player in 1979. But perhaps most importantly, he helped lead the Jets to back-to-back Avco Cups in 1978 and 1979. It was during this incredible run that he earned his famous nickname, the Magic Man, because of his exceptional puck-handling skills and absolutely dazzling ability on the ice. The success Nilsson found in the WHA highlights a crucial point that gets lost in most discussions about his career. His perceived disinterest in the NHL wasn't about a lack of effort or drive. Instead, it was about finding the right fit with a league's style of play. The WHA's emphasis on offensive creativity over brute force
style of the NHL. Instead, he seamlessly carried his offensive dominance into the new league. In his first NHL season with Atlanta in 1979-80, he scored 93 points. Pretty impressive for a so-called underachiever, right? But the following year is where Nilsson truly made history. After the team relocated to Calgary, Nilsson had what can only be described as a legendary season. He set franchise records for both points and assists in a single season with an absolutely mind-blowing 131 points. That's 49 goals and 82 assists. This record still stands in Flames history today, decades later. To put this in perspective, during Johnny Gaudreau's high-scoring 2021-22 season, he came closest to matching this record, but still fell 16 points short. Nilsson followed up this incredible performance with another stellar campaign in 1982-83, posting 104 points. These numbers completely destroy the narrative that he never lived up to his potential. For a significant period, Nilsson wasn't just a good player, he was an elite point producer, ranking among the very best in the entire league. The disconnect between his statistical performance and his lasting reputation raises important questions about how we evaluate hockey players. His incredible on-ice output was often overshadowed by his unconventional style and laid-back personality, which fueled the laziness narrative that followed him throughout his career. So where did this idea that he lacked ambition come from? The answer lies in the cultural clash between Nilsson's playing style and what North American hockey valued in the 1980s. His nickname, the Magic Man, was actually a double-edged compliment. While it celebrated his spectacular puck skills, it also implied that his artistry might disappear when the stakes were highest, particularly during the Stanley Cup playoffs. Looking at his playoff statistics, his career playoff point-per-game pace was indeed lower than his regular season production. But this had less to do with effort and more to do with the fundamental difference between his approach and what 1980s North American hockey culture demanded. The NHL revered physical toughness and relentless, grinding effort in the postseason. Nilsson's game prioritized effortless skill and creative playmaking, which was completely at odds with this cultural model. He was a cerebral tactician and dangler, perfectly suited for an environment that valued offensive creativity over brute force. His perceived lack of ambition wasn't a worse player, but because his success was highly dependent on his personal contentment and fit with the team. This performance indicates that Nilsson's on-ice success was tied closely to his emotional and psychological state, rather than a single-minded drive for statistical achievements. When he wasn't happy or comfortable in his environment, his play suffered accordingly. Then came the ultimate plot twist. Nilsson was traded to the Edmonton Oilers in 1987, joining a team absolutely loaded with talent. He He played a critical role in their Stanley Cup victory, contributing 19 points in 21 playoff games. This should have been the moment that silenced all his critics. For most players, winning the Stanley Cup would fuel a desire for continued dominance and more championships. But Kent Nilsson wasn't most players. Immediately after the championship celebration, he shocked the hockey world by turning down a contract extension and leaving the NHL to play in Italy. Think about that for a moment. He didn't retreat from failure. He consciously chose to exit on his own terms after achieving the highest goal in the league. This decision serves as the most powerful evidence against the idea that he lacked ambition. Following his departure from the NHL, Nilsson's career was far from over. He embarked on what can only be described as a hockey odyssey through various European leagues, playing in Italy, Switzerland, Sweden, Austria, and Norway. During this period, he was consistently a top scorer and was even named Swedish Player of the Year in 1989. His talent and passion for the game were completely intact. He simply preferred a different lifestyle and environment. He did attempt a brief return to the NHL with the Oilers in 1994-95, but retired for good after just 6 games, explicitly stating that he wanted to be with his family in Europe. This perfectly captures who Kent Nilsson really was as a person and as a player. Today, there's a stark contrast in how Nilsson's legacy is viewed. In North America, he's often seen as a forgotten superstar, whose career was cut short due to his perceived lack of drive. But this perspective depends entirely on a narrow, NHL-focused definition of success. The rest of the hockey world sees him very differently. Nilsson is an honored member of multiple Hockey Halls of Fame outside the NHL, including the IIHF Hall of Fame in 2006, the World Hockey Association Hall of Fame in 2010, and the Swedish Hockey Hall of Fame in 2012. His success in the WHA and Europe presents a strong case for reconsidering his legacy. Kent Nilsson's professional journey is a powerful counter-narrative to the conventional story of the professional athlete. His story challenges the North American sports belief that ambition must equal a relentless, singular pursuit of championships and long-term dominance. Nilsson's approach suggests that greatness can be expressed in different ways, and that a player's value isn't solely measured by career length or the number of trophies collected. As one analyst perfectly noted, he was a player who found as much pleasure in a perfect saucer pass as others found in hoisting a trophy. His legacy isn't one of wasted talent, but of an artist who chose a different path. He was the Magic Man, who, rather than chasing conventional stardom, lived the game on his own terms, leaving an unforgettable and unique chapter in hockey history. So the next time someone tells you Kent Nilsson was a disappointment, remind them that sometimes the greatest success comes not from following everyone else's path, but from having the courage to create your own. If this story changed how you think about success in sports, smash that like button and subscribe for more untold hockey stories.